Episode 22 to Blue Capital Academy's podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we got our special student, Payam.
What's going on?
Yeah.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Not bad, man.
Is life treating good?
Yeah, just had some Panda. It was pretty good.
Oh, that's nasty.
I'll pay for it tomorrow, but it's all good. I'm not tripping.
Hey, you got to come out somewhere.
Facts.
That's what I said. So let me elaborate some questions for you.
Okay.
One, how did we meet?
Really simple one, actually. Artie, who lives at the same complex as you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll rewind a little bit before that. I had heard of you in the trading community because I'd been trading probably like 8 or 9 months, probably about 8 months prior to that. I'd been trading, so I'd seen your page and seen your name in the community here and there. And then my buddy Artie that I was working with at the time said he lived with you, or not with you, but in the same complex.
Yeah.
And Artie was like, hey, I'll tell him I know you, link you up, whatever. Shot you a DM, said I was going to come by, and that's the end of that story.
Yeah, it's
so just through the grapevine.
Yeah, very, very small world, I would say. Most definitely. So how has your trading experience been so far? Like, I know when we first met, you came into the office and weren't really just expecting just to have everything being shown, meeting, students that are here.
Yeah.
Like, how was your first experience when you encountered everyone, and how do you feel like in your experience that people should take more look to Blue Capital Academy? So
I'll go a little bit further back than just when Blue Cap came into my life, but I'm very community based and like very it's easier to work on things. It's easier to understand things when you have multiple perspectives trying to explain it to you, right? So like the way you explain something and the way Michael explains something are two very different ways of explaining something, right? You might explain something one day that resonates with me, and Michael might explain something to me the next day, a different topic that resonates with me better than what you explained it as. So prior to coming to Blue Cap, I didn't really have that in my trading life, right? It was just jumping from like one course to another, one mentor to another, and kind of like learning the ins and outs of what that one person was doing, what their strategy was. So when I keep going back to the same person for advice, or keep trying to figure something out from the same person, they're teaching the same thing over and over again, and it didn't make sense in the first try, it's more than likely not going to make sense to me the fourth or fifth try. You know what I'm saying? So coming into Blue Cap and having that community around me, like having Preston, having Leek, having you, Michael, different people in the room all the time who are, working together to solve the problems that you face throughout trading, like solve the problems of figuring out how to look at the chart the right way. It helps a lot. Like, it makes it a lot easier for you to feel like sometimes people feel like they don't understand something and they don't know why they don't understand it. And then they're like, oh, I'm stupid. That's why I don't understand it. But when you're in a room with a bunch of other people and you realize they don't understand it either, and you guys are working through the problem together, it makes it a lot easier to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. Like, I feel like a lot of people feel more open, especially being in a community, and you're feeling free, like, to answer questions. Like, either if we have like Preston or Courtney or Jesus, like, they want to answer a question, and we'll all like to, take a look at it, see what our feedback, and then just make you feel like more welcoming, which I feel like, trading, just trying to learn it, like, it's just such everything, that's based on you. And when you have like other people, to be accountable for, and it just makes it more fun, because realistically trading is boring.
It's bland. It's very bland.
It's not supposed to be like, oh my God, you see that candlestick? It's so exciting. So when you have like other people talking about it, and then of course you're talking about like, how much you want to make and how much you want to withdraw and stuff like that. So, so it just becomes more fun.
From that respect too, it's like, Blue Cap's really creating a culture around trading. Like, it is fun to come in this room, you know what I mean, 3 times a week or 2 times a week whenever I can make it in here. It is actually fun for me. Yeah. I enjoy coming in here and learning about trading and like learning about what everyone else is doing and what someone else saw on the chart. So it's creating that culture around trading that makes it easier for you to want to trade, right? Makes it easier for you to want to wake up early and hop on the charts and do your thing. So that culture is huge.
Yeah, most definitely. Do you feel like for the pricing of Blue Capital, is it really reasonable for people to take full advantage of?
Bro, exceedingly reasonable pricing. Considering the amount of information you get on the videos.
Yeah.
Just those videos alone are worth $150 to say the least.
Yeah.
To know that you have, how many classes do we do a week on Zoom?
Yeah, up to Thursday. Yeah, 5.
So 5 classes a week? Bro, just those 5 classes a week alone are worth $150 a month. So it's like you're getting all of those things packed in together, plus the group chats where people are like actually talking about, it's not just like no one's just getting handed trades in those group chats.
Yeah.
Like people are talking about what's going on the charts, like learning from each other, reaching out to the educators. All of that stuff alone, each one of those segments alone is worth $150 a month, in my opinion. So the value is almost 3-4 times what you're paying.
Yeah.
Personally. And again, I've paid private mentors, X amount of dollars for 3 days worth of training. I've paid X amount of dollars for a single course. So when you think about that in respect and you're getting like consistent help from the same people teaching you the same strategy and teaching you something that's as simple as what Blue Cap is teaching you, it's beyond valuable.
When people are just too excited to look at the charts.
Facts.
Oh, that's awesome. What was my next question I was going to ask you? What could you tell like our audience, just like, besides like, the amazing value of investing into yourself, which is very important.
Right.
Compared to like, what you're seeing like elsewhere, like, where do you see Blue Capital heading in the next couple of years?
Again, going back on the culture thing, right? Absolutely huge. When you can find a way to resonate with people that's outside of just the information you're trying to give them. When you can build a culture around something, the longevity of the students you have, like there's no turnover, right? A lot of the people that come to Blue Cap, they stay with Blue Cap. There's a reason for that. So word of mouth in that respect, just like people talking to people, is going to grow, no doubt.
Yeah.
Even without any paid advertising, in my opinion. And I'm huge on creative marketing and stuff like that. So like knowing that Blue Cap has such good word of mouth because of the value it's giving people is incredible.
Yeah.
Knowing about some of the other like events and stuff you want to do in the future too. It's like I see Blue Cap becoming like a real force in the Forex industry, quite honestly. And again, it's because of the value that you offer innately, just through like what you're giving people. And you're not overcharging anyone. You're not bullshitting anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing that you're holding back. So it's very transparent. Everything's very transparent, very up to the front. You know what I mean? If you want to be here, be here. If you don't, don't. You know what I mean? So everything's very like, it's very, very transparent.
Yeah. All right. So that is great responses right there.
Appreciate it.
Completely respect that. So what are your goals that you want to involve with trading? Like, where do you see yourself having the skill set?
So I have a passion project of my own that I want to build, right? My own business. And when I got into trading at the beginning of it, obviously I had that like get rich quick mentality where I was like, I'm gonna make a grip and I'm gonna start building my business. That was like my goal at the start. And now it's kind of come to a place where, in addition to the job that I'm starting soon, I understand that the more time I spend learning how to trade properly, I can really, really use trading as a means to like use the money for my job to live my life.
Yeah.
And then use trading and the profits from trading to build my business. Just reinvesting it's like you're learning to invest so that you can reinvest what you made off your investment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just stacking what you're making.
Yeah.
And being able to know that I have money coming in from somewhere to live my life and then using trading as a way to build my business. It's just that much more peace of mind in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then, obviously the goal is to get to a point where I don't need that job. You know what I mean? I can drop the job altogether and both live my life and build my business just off what I'm making from trading.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that's like there's a process to that. There's time. It takes time building capital, like learning to be psychologically sound with your trading.
Yeah.
All takes time, but ultimately I'd say the goal is to be able to wake up, trade, make my money, do my thing, and then build my passion project from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how a lot of things should be built in that right way, you know, because there are just people that they'll come in and, you know, they'll think they'll use like whatever that's last, you know, in their checking or savings account,
Right.
and think that they could just turn their whole life around. Yeah, there's a possibility, you know, like I'm not going to hold anyone to telling you that that's not possible, but
Right.
like you want to be more in a realistic point of view where you could actually have the capital knowing what you could risk, or if you do lose that and able to, you know, fund it again so you could actually continue. But like the skill set is not going anywhere, where a lot of people think like they got to master this all in 1 year. Like, you know, like study, take that whole year to study a very powerful skill set, because once you learn it, it becomes like you're literally just playing the smoothest video game that's on your phone that actually pays you, you know, not like everyone else that likes to, you know, from time to time be on IG scrolling for 2 hours and liking people that they don't even follow, or
fronting on this,
you
and
know,
that,
so like, you know, it's just all about what you're spending your time on and what you want to improve on in your life. So
100%. And like you said, it's like the smoothest video game you could ever play. I gave up like Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. Like I don't pay for any of that shit anymore to get my TradingView account and pay for premium for that, because I saw more value in it. And this is a good source of entertainment for me, man. I don't know. Like I could hop on, like toss a YouTube video on and pull my charts up. That's plenty of entertainment for me. You know what I mean? And I'm getting plenty of value out of it too.
Yeah.
So, and then one thing, touching back on what we were talking about earlier, the fast life mentality does not apply to trading at all. Ever.
No.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, it's more of like playing chess.
Yeah.
Everything got to be a nice strategic move.
100%.
You know, making sure everything is going to your confirmations, you know, the reason why you could explain to yourself why you're entering in this position, like, you know. So, you know, there's no such thing as a fast life when it comes to trading.
Nope.
Like, you know, so if you have that kind of mindset, it's going to not take you very far. You know, you might lose what you're going to make.
Right.
And pretty quickly.
Right. And like the confidence you build from trading
Yeah.
too. I can tell like a significant difference in like my personal level of confidence in my personal life just from trading. It's like you got to have some balls. You got to be confident when you're pulling a trade. You know what I'm saying? So it bleeds out into all different parts of your life.
Yep.
So.
All right. So what do you have, any questions that you have for me since we're here live?
What is your goal with Blue Cap?
My goal for Blue Cap is to turn this into the best educational platform with an amazing community base. Because I feel like in this niche that we're all a part of, everyone just wants to learn a skill set and then single dolo and live their life. But like, I don't feel like there's enough as a community where they could truly have a skill set behind and actually also give back to a lot of charity events, because there's just a lot of people that's just building capital and saying they're making all this capital, but like you never see them ever give back, like at all. Like it's just either they're doing this for materialistic stuff, or they're just trying to be the man. You know, they're either clout chasing and this and
so
that,
they can sell a course,
and then, you know, doing people dirty in business, and it's just like over and over and over again. So like, you know, like having this skill set, it just tops it all to solving a lot of problems that's happening in either people's lives or people that are just strangers. So like creating a platform that is just, you know, the best education that you could get that you don't need a degree in, you know. There are people that have track records and they can't even get a jobs because of their record, right? So like this is a skill set that, you know, it applies for everyone, but it's not for everyone. So if you're taking it seriously, then you are going to get the serious results that you're seeking for. So definitely see Blue Capital being, you know, really as an institutional platform, hopefully, being all over the country.
Like a real force.
Yeah, I want Blue Capital to be just like how Apple is.
Yeah. Everyone knows when you think of trading, when you think Forex trading, you think of Blue Capital.
Yeah. So like that is kind of like the impact that I want to leave on and inspire a lot of lives and change a lot of lives. So
Right. Do you think, like, let's say you have someone come into the office one day, like first 3-4 times they come in there.
Yep.
And in the back of your head, as a teacher, in the back of your head, you're thinking, man, trading is not for this person, right? Do you think people who would fall under that category can learn what it takes to trade, or is it just like they're just not cut out for it?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations that it's either you want it or you don't.
Okay.
So if something doesn't appeal to you and you really want to take this seriously, then there's no part of me that's going to try to force you to get excited about, what this could do for you. Because realistically, we get preached about what is good for us. People tell us every single day, oh, you should do this. People telling you, oh, you should do this, and not living your life. So At the end of the day, you got to have that perspective when you come in here, that you know what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, then trading is not going to be for you. Like, you're just forcing and you're wasting your own money, your own time that you're not going to get back. Money you get back, but time you're not going to get back.
Yeah.
So if you're not finding any value on what this could do, then save yourself the trouble and not waste your own time on doing so.
Facts. And then last question. What is for someone who's curious about trading, but they don't have the money to pay for Blue, let's just say they're in a real tough spot, they don't have money to pay for Blue Cap. What's the best way for somebody to learn about the basis of trading and kind of like get involved without having to spend money?
Well, the good thing about trading, there's information that's resourceful everywhere. You can just type up, even on Google, YouTube, you can learn the basics. You could probably even people having free guides, what is that website that it's free?
Baby Pips?
Yeah, babypips.com. It's a straight, basically a whole academy just going through on the basic structure of trading. But if you really want to take things to the next level, you definitely want to have a credibility mentor that actually has been through the trials and errors, that's made, income claims that you wish to have, on a consistent basis. But doing all that, it's very resourceful. So without even you spending the money, but a lot of people, when they want to come to Blue Capital, when they do have the money, they're coming because of the whole community base.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what sells the idea. It's just like, man, everyone else is, in that positive mindset. Everyone's here is trying to better their lives.
Like, y'all actually out here having a good time looking at some charts?
Yeah, just like yesterday, gave out our call on GU. And this morning it hit our TPs.
Yep.
Jesus was one of the examples, Preston, Michael, and this kid over there named Alex. So we all took the trade, and it was just like, and then we started talking about football and stuff like that. So it just becomes fun. Like, I don't like, even though trading is as boring as is portrayed, that doesn't sell the idea as much, but trading is really fun when you have the right community, and it's just like, we're living life and we're doing the necessary things that needs to take us to the next level, and we just have fun.
Yeah, I think that's like just the big part of it, man, is you could find the mentor. You could, spend $1,000 for 3 days to work with a mentor, and they could teach you everything you need to know about trading. But at the end of the day, if the environment and the community is not right, you're not going to give a shit one way or another. It's not gonna click for you. So
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So I have been part of like network marketing. I was attached with Forex.
Right.
They just didn't have the community as they say they preached about it.
Right.
And it just didn't work out.
Right.
It's the type of how my vibe is, because when I look at community, I look at as everyone in this room being as comfortable. Speaking 100%. Out. Like there's no one in this room that should be quiet. They're just like, it's either you have questions, just ask. Feel free. Like, no one's judging you. No one's perfect. Sometimes I come to the office with slides like, I'll be a bum for a day. Like, it's cool.
You'll
like,
get clowned on in here.
Yeah,
like
you
everybody's
know,
playing with everybody.
Yeah, I make fun of Preston's for his teddy bear. Like
100%.
And then he just
And
laughs.
the peanut
you
butter
see?
jellies,
Like,
bro. All that.
Like, as I'm just playing, it's all good vibes. I'll clown myself. Like,
Yeah.
I look like Michael Blackson some days, but it's cool. It's cool, like,
It's like, I'm about it. I'll take that one.
Yeah, I give my own self a clap like Kevin Durant did.
Yeah.
You saw that meme? With Spencer? Yeah, he was like, trying to hold it in, and he was like, damn, we left him all hanging. But,
end of the day, man, without as I remember first time I came in here, right, we did our thing. You were very transparent about what you guys did and how you guys traded and all that. Went home.
You were not planning on joining.
Hell no.
You came in here, you sat down, and then you went back home, and then you signed up.
I signed up same night. Literally, I came in here because I've been through so many different people in the Forex community that said they would help with this and help with that, whatever. I came in here that first day just trying to prove to myself that I was going to find another clown group of people trying to trade and trying to take my money to teach me how to trade. Yeah. And I got the exact opposite. As soon as I came in here, felt the energy in the room, saw the way you guys were trading, saw what information you guys had to add and what value you were given. Same night I signed up. I was 100% I'm about it. So it's really just one of those things, man. When you figure out how simple all of this is and the way that they're explaining it, how simple it is to understand. Yeah. You're I was mad at myself. Yeah. I remember I watched the box strategy video on Friday at my office. After everyone had left the office, I was there for 3 extra hours watching the video and then back testing shit. Yeah. And I was mad at myself for how simple this stuff was and for how basically it was explained in a way that anybody can understand this shit, bro. Anybody. And with, again, repetition and having the community behind you to help you with the stuff, it's money.
Yeah. I completely agree. Yeah. I just believe keeping it simple is the best way
100%.
To go about anything. So we already are living in a complicated, confused generation as it is. So
bizarre world.
As long as we could walk in a straight line and learn the correct information, really the skill set is you can make as much as you want.
Facts.
So.
Facts. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I think that wraps up for episode 22. Talking with my guy, Payam.
Appreciate you, bro.
No, I appreciate you, man.
No doubt.
You have one hell of a story and you have goals to accomplish, so I completely respect that.
Appreciate it, brother.
And I'm going to make it happen. So 2020 is right next door. So.
It's going to be a good decade, bro.
Oh, yeah.